This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, good evening, everyone from Nigeria, and good afternoon for people that have joined from North America. We'll be commencing this webinar now. So if you're housekeeping rules, try to keep your phone muted and your microphone muted. You can use the chat box to drop in your questions and make any inquiry that you require. Yeah, keep your phones on silent mode as well. Thank you. So my name is Olukemi Charles. I'll be anchoring this session. Other people will join us as we go, and we'll be able to, alongside them, we'll be able to answer your questions, whatever questions that you have. Basically, I'll start by introducing Career Vibe to you. And the objective of this is for you to understand what the organization stands for, what our values are, and how we can be able to, why we have this vision and what we can do to project this vision and of course support your career goals as you go. So our vision is to have a resilient architecture to empower professionals in order to ensure that they have a life of endless possibilities. We personally believe that, as individuals, we have the ability to excel in life. And sometimes we don't get to achieve our goals because we are not, we don't get to have some information that we need. We're in an era of knowledge, an era of, globalization, global lines shifting, and increasingly over time, it has become very obvious to, everyone that knowledge is actually power, not in the literal sense that we used to say knowledge is power, but now I'm sure that many of us are beginning to understand actually that knowledge indeed is power. But having knowledge alone is not power. The ability to utilize knowledge effectively, the ability to know the relevant knowledge. So not all knowledge is power, right? So the ability to know the knowledge that is actually relevant to you, that you could utilize and maximize in order to achieve your goals is also, very important as well. Our mission is to offer, a unique educational experience by providing an environment that stimulates, the opportunities for professionals. So beyond coming to say, okay, this is what you do, this is how to do it, we are going to provide, an architecture that supports continuous learning, such that even when you pass through us, when you work with us and you're out there, you are able to, be independent and also able to support, upcoming people and be a mentor to, people that are coming. So it's not just about providing, information for now. We are all about providing information for now, and we are also all about sustainability, of people that, we get to work with. We also ensure that alongside the training that we are providing, we are also looking to say, okay, beyond theory, well, let's talk about practical. So it's not just theory, but then theory and practice. So I'm briefly going to run through our values. The first value I'll talk about is customer commitment. We develop relationships that make a positive difference in our student lives. So as I mentioned earlier, we are looking to build relationships that are sustainable over time and also impactful, over time to students that collaborate with us. We are also accountable, for delivering on our commitments. So it's not just speaking, talking the talk, but we are all also about walking the talk. So we're looking to say, okay, people that work with us, what have we done to them? I mean, what information have we given them? What leverage have they been able to, will they be able to capitalize on, in order to deliver value, in their personal life? So we are also accountable to ensure that, whatever we say we are going to do together as a team, we'll ensure that we actually committed to that. We impact lives by our commitment to support and encourage students. So it's also, if you notice, everything I've been saying is been in line of, okay, let's come together, let's provide this knowledge to you, let's provide this information to you. Then don't just take this knowledge, don't just take this information and talk it in some way. Take this information and use it, leverage on it, to achieve whatever goals that you want to achieve. Live a life of endless possibilities. Don't just be part of the crowd. Be unique, be different. And in terms of doing this, it's not just because other people are doing it. Then you look at, okay, you as an individual, what are your potentials? What are your capabilities? That's why within CVI, we have a variety of ways in which we can support you to achieve your goals. We are not just saying, okay, this is the one way, one size fits all, this is the path you should follow. But we are looking at, okay, you as an individual, what are your capabilities? What are your potentials? What do you love to do? Because when you are living a life of endless possibilities, you are not living a constrained life. You are not doing things because you are constrained to do them. We are saying, okay, within the potentials that you have, how can you maximize them? How can you utilize your passion in order, to have impact, to live a life of impact? And of course, we all know that when you're walking in a path, when you're doing something that you enjoy doing, that you love to do, it's different. Your deliverables are different from when you're doing things because they just have to get done. So we are saying, okay, let's provide this support for you in order for you to live a life of impact and enjoy what you do as you do it. Also, we are committed in heart and mind, and we inspire a shared vision by providing humanized and personalized interaction with our students. So we are passionate people. What we are doing, we are not doing it because, okay, it's something that people are doing or it's because of economic gains. We are doing the things that we love to do. And when we collaborate with you, the objective is also, to get you to this point where you are doing stuff because you enjoy doing it. Like if you see the picture on my screen, it's somebody actually using an iPad. You can see the tie, and it's actually underwater. I mean, I can't imagine it's constrained to doing what he's doing. He must be enjoying doing it. That's why he said, okay, even as I'm swimming underwater, I want to use my, my iPad. So basically, we are passionate people, and these are part of the, part of the attributes that we hope, to be able to transfer and, use in collaborating with you. We are committed to greatness. We are committed to greatness. We believe in endless possibilities. We believe that there's nothing that you cannot do. There's no impossibility in our dictionary. We believe that you just need the right information, the right knowledge, for you to achieve what you want, whatever you want to achieve. We build a positive team and family spirit. We believe in teamwork. We believe in collaboration. Most of the trainings, courses, and everything that we provide, it's actually bordering on, collaboration, teamwork. And of course, in the era that we are today, you cannot be an island of knowledge. You need continuous collaboration with people in order to continue to, excel at what you do and grow your skills and capabilities. So we have the big question. We provide information to help our students to answer the big question. There's a big question that, from time to time, maybe some of us would have asked ourselves, maybe some of us haven't even thought about it in that light, but it could have been going through your mind and, you've never really paid attention to it. So we are here to help you to ask that big question. What does success mean to you? Have you actually sat back to say, okay, what does success mean to me? Amidst all the hustle and bustle, amidst all the fact that, okay, we need to pay bills, we need to survive, we need to go to work, we need to go to school, we need to cope with life challenges, have we ever taken the time to sit back, to ask the question that what does success actually really mean to us? Because the truth about it is that all those hustle and bustle, that we have to do. The survival, we have to eat, we have to feed ourselves, we have to clothe ourselves. We need to have, a roof over our head. We need to be able to meet up with our responsibilities. The truth about it is that those are really not the things, that should drive your living. Those are some things that come with living, but are not the things to drive your living. But because we are so, many of us, all of us, we are so overwhelmed with all these things. Sometimes we forget to ask ourselves, what am I all about? Who am I? What are my capabilities? What are my potentials? Okay, I'm working at a good job. I'm a senior manager on my job. I have a good pay. But then, really, does that really mean success for you? Because you could find yourself working in a role, maybe a marketing role, for instance, or in a finance role, for instance. You're doing it, you have a good pay, you're quite comfortable, but you're not really happy with what you're doing. In life, you actually should get to a point in life where you find fulfillment and happiness in what you're doing. Many times when we are asked the question, what does success mean to us? Literally, I mean, I've been there. You ask me what does success mean to me, I tell you that success to me is plenty of money. Money to do anything that I need to do. But it gets to a point in life that you realize that money is not what success means to you. But whatever your success is, real success will bring money along. So what does success mean to us? This is a question I want us to think about as we go on this course. On this slide, you can see that there are a lot of people, different people, that have been asked the same question. What is success to you? So to this lady, she said, success is shoes, lots and lots of beautiful shoes. To the next person, success is having no goals or plans and still being happy, probably in a beer parlor or in a bar. To the third person, success is having more money than your wife can spend. To the fourth person, John Deere, success is a John Deere tractor with no bank loan. You can see he's a truck driver. And to the last person, success is having more beer than friends. So just as these people are different, right? Variety of faces, men, women, variety of people. Also, success comes in different forms. Success to me might not be success to you. Success to every individual is different. So at CVI, our objective is to help you to understand, to you as an individual, what is success to you. And when you now come and you're able to answer that question, we provide the support, to help you to come into that point where you feel that, okay, I'm actually being successful in life. So I'm going to list out all the services that we offer. We offer business analysis training, both theory and practical. Business analysis is one of the professional courses, programs, and career paths that is fairly new, not new in that sense, but came about as a result of a need. So before business analysis, we're handling projects, we're working on projects, and there was a gap. The gap was that projects are being handled and they're being deployed, solutions are not meeting the requirements, right? And because of that, they said, okay, we need a role. We need someone to fill this role to be able to help us to ensure that whatever requirements we have, whatever problems that we have, we are able to come up with a result that would solve that problem. Basically, that was what brought about business analysis. Business analysts are very important to organizations because without business analysts, we are going to see a situation where organizations are spending money and they are not achieving, whatever they set out to achieve, and that's going to be loss of revenue. Loss of revenue, of course, can lead to, loss of equity, loss of even it can affect the company negatively, can lead to liquidity issues within the company and stuff like that. Business analysis is very critical to many organizations. That's why you see that nowadays there are lots of adverts, advertisements for business analysts. They are always looking for business analysts, right? So If you're an individual that you love to solve problems, if you're an individual that you have good interpersonal skills, or you're not there yet, but you know that this is something that you love to do, then we are here to provide that training for you. Not only will we provide the theoretical training, we are also going to provide an avenue for you to have hands-on practical experience. If you have been working before, like many of our colleagues or many of us that are back home in Nigeria, I, of course, one of them as well. Some of the challenges that we have is that, in as much as we are even doing many of these things, because we are not following the internationally recognized structure or architecture. So you're doing the work of a business analyst, but you're not following the structure. So it makes you feel that business analysis is alien to me. But I tell you, you cannot be working and you've worked for 2 years or more and you've not had a bit of business analysis. But of course, you only need to know. You only need to be given this knowledge for you to know that, okay, yeah, I actually know what this means. That was part of why I said that, knowledge is very important. Knowledge is power. You cannot give what you do not have. And there's no two ways about it. What you know is what you know, and nobody can take it from you. So even if you don't understand the architecture of what business analysis is all about, but you have been working in an organization where you have been providing solutions to problems that are arising within the organization, you have been meeting with maybe users. You're liaising with users to find out what their problems are. You're talking to the right people, to IT, to say, okay, these are the problems that they have. These are the solutions they should have. You have been coordinating meetings. You have been sending out emails to make inquiry. You have been, maybe sometimes you have even been doing process modeling. You have been, providing solution and saying, okay, if we are able to improve our processes, instead of taking the documents from A to B to C, B is not a very important step in the process. Why don't we take this document from A to C? So when you are doing all those things, these are part of the things that business analyst does. You only need to understand the structure, and also more information, because of course, knowledge is part. As a business analyst, you don't say that, okay, I've arrived and I'm stopping there. Continuous learning is what everybody does. Even if you're not a business analyst, in whatever role that you find yourself, the moment you stop learning, you stop growing. You cannot be static, because static risk itself is a risk. You understand? So in Career Vibes, we are going to provide, that training and the support that is required in order for you to excel if you choose, to follow the path of business analysis. And of course, we also know, if you have done some research and all, that business analysis is a very lucrative career path and continues to grow. We also offer training on project management, following the PMI, Project Management Institute's body of knowledge, right? We're going to offer you training to help you to understand what project management is all about. We are going to look at the experiences that you have. Have you actually done anything related to project management? Do you have transferable skills that can help you to begin to excel in this role? We are going to look at all of that with you. We also have projects that are ongoing, because we have partners that collaborate with us, that you can get on their projects and begin to deliver. We offer training also on business process improvement. We'll show you the structure of business process improvement, what is done, what the expectations are, what the deliverables are, what the industry, what the industry expects of business process improvement specialists. We're going to also provide all this information to you. We also offer training on database skills for business professionals. We all know that to a large extent, a lot of career paths are needing to be more techy than before. So for those that are in the path, or have chosen the path to be database analyst, we are able to provide that training to you. For those that are in other career paths, maybe like business process improvement or business analysts or project managers that want to have a better understanding of IT in terms of databases, we are also able to provide that kind of training. We also offer training on SQL, on Power BI, on analytics, and different training packages that will help you to enhance your career. We offer training on data analytics. So we all must have heard or must have seen that nowadays, data analytics is very key. We are hearing a lot of about artificial intelligence, business intelligence. A lot of decisions now are being driven by data analysis. That's why sometimes, if you have observed, sometimes when you go online, maybe you go to Google and you search, okay, lucrative jobs in Canada, for instance. The next thing you see is that when next you go to Google, you begin to get adverts that are related to Canada. Why are you getting those adverts and the next person is not getting those adverts? It's all because of data analysis, right? Data analytics. And the good thing about it is that these things that we're talking about that sound so abstract, they're actually far from abstract. The moment you get into it, you begin to understand that this thing, like if you look at the what I have on my slide, you're going to see descriptive analysis, predictive analysis, diagnostic analysis, prescriptive analysis. So it's like descriptive analysis. So if you are not conversant with those kind of words, you'll be like, oh, what could that possibly mean? But descriptive analysis literally is that, okay, what is the data telling us? How many people logged on to Google today? All the people that logged on to Google today, which page did they visit? Which websites did they visit? Are all of them checking up on the coronavirus issue? How many people are interested in following up with the coronavirus story? So like if I have like 95% of people coming to Google or to find out about coronavirus issue, then most news, most information will be, so prescriptive analysis that, okay, let's prescribe, let's make most of our news related to coronavirus because that's what people are interested in. That's what people will want to pay for, and of course you can convert all this information, to business for the company. So by the time you get into all these things, you begin to understand that they are far from abstract and very, very much achievable. We also offer training on certifications. We offer the International Institute of Business Analysis is one of the major organizations responsible for giving certifications on business analysis, and they have various stages based on your experience, your years of experience, and some qualifications from study. Then you can actually take any of these certifications, which are very much highly recognized in the industry. So we offer those trainings as well. So basically, I have on this slide the requirements for, business analysis for different levels. And this will be based on, your experience, your knowledge, expertise, professional development, references, and stuff like that. So of course, if you come on board, we'll be providing detailed information on what you need to do across the, to obtain this certification. And of course, we cannot undermine the impact of certification in the world today. So if you have been working for years as a business analyst, right? The essence of certification, if you come to me and tell me that, oh, I have a lot of experience, I've been working as a business analyst for 35 years, you understand? It might, I'll be trying to understand, okay, I'll be trying to gauge how much experience that you have and stuff like that, right? But then if you are able to, present a certification to me, it's just like, because we know IIBA is responsible for certifying people and we know the rigorous process it takes, for them to certify someone. So if IIBA certifies you, then who am I to, to doubt whatever you tell me? That's one of the essence of certification, So the IIBA 2019 salary survey is what you have on my screen, and it's showing, the percentage of people that has the IIBA certification and the impact of having the certification. One of them is increased fulfillment at work. You get salary increase, you get promotion, you get greater confidence at work, and quite a number of other things. It's easier for you to get a job once you have the certification. It's easier for you, to speak with confidence, because if you have the certification and you're actually, commenting or providing some information, there's a better reason, to have confidence in what you're saying, because of course people know that you have been certified. So this is an average salary of those that have the certification in Canada, and you can see that the average salary is $84,000 Canadian dollars, right? You can see that the average salary women earn and the average salary men earn that have this certification is actually about the same thing. So there's no discrimination because you're a male or a female, you probably just earn the same thing. You can see that 51% of those that have this certification earning this average salary, right? They have a bachelor's degree. 27% of them hold a master's degree. So you are not limited by the fact that you don't have a master's in order for you to get this certification and begin to deliver, as an expert in this field. The BAs who do not hold any certification earn an average of 77,000 Canadian dollars. That you can see on my screen as well. So we also offer training on project management certification. PMI is one of the major bodies that certifies project managers worldwide, and for you to have a PMI stamp, it means that definitely, you're able to, speak with authority in the field of project management. We also offer the training, to support you, to enable you to get that certification. And also these detailed findings of, average salary for 2018, because 2019 wasn't out as at the time we came up with this slide, but the average salary for a project manager in Canada is $98,000 for 2018. We also offer training for Scrum. Scrum is, just a minute, please. Okay, so Scrum well, not it's quite new to the extent that it's a fall off from the normal waterfall project managers. So before we had, most of the projects that were being handled with the waterfall methodology. And when I say waterfall methodology, just take it, to the extent that water is falling from up to down. And that is actually how it means. Only for you to now understand, okay, what are the things that we need to start doing? Let it start from the up. What's the number one thing at the top that we need to do? What's the number two thing that we need to do next? So basically, that's what the waterfall methodology is. But because a lot of organizations were seeing that, okay, if we use the waterfall methodology, to deliver on our project, sometimes by the time our project is ready to go live, for example, I want to build an application that is just like Facebook, right? I'm trying to say, okay, let me do also what Facebook is doing. But before I come out and launch my Facebook, Instagram has already launched. And because some, users find Instagram more interesting, and so a lot of people have even left Facebook for Instagram. So me that I'm just coming out, who is going to come to my company? So literally, in that sense, was why Scrum now came to be. Scrum is basically an agile, it's looking at an agile methodology or an agile path to delivery of projects as against the waterfall path. So as a project manager, you'll probably be using the waterfall path, even though PMI now also, is giving attention to agile and also has a certification in agile. But Scrum is basically about agile. And we also know that agile is also a really big deal now in many industries. And the good thing about these certifications that I've been talking about so far is that you're not limited to whatever industry that you find yourself. So it's not because, okay, I've been in banking all my life, I have to remain in banking. No, you don't need to be in banking to deliver as a Scrum Master, or you don't need to have worked in the health industry to deliver as a Scrum Master or a business analyst. You're not limited by the boundaries of of your domain. If you decide to go for this certification, we can also provide a training for you, look at your personal skills that can support you in order to deliver effectively as a Scrum Master. We also provide career mentoring to you. So besides the training that we're going to give to you, we are going to provide mentoring to you and support you. And of course, with the expectation that when you achieve your goals, you are also able to continue to provide, mentoring to other people around you. And that's why you can see that the circle of success that we have, it doesn't have an end. It's a circle. We want to build a community of people that are doing well, of people that are achieving their dreams and, living a life of endless possibilities. We provide job experience and internship program. So after your training, you have a 4 weeks internship program. You work hard, work smart, have practical hands-on training. And, based on all this, collaborating with our partners, you also be able to, to get into whatever path that, get a job and begin to deliver. These are a couple of projects that we have on ground now that we are working on. Some have started, some have not started. And these are a couple of projects that you can actually begin to work on to get your hands dirty. This is just a high level path for you. When you come in, we talk to you. Based on our discussion with you, we are able to together determine the path that you should follow that will give you fulfillment and give you job satisfaction and, of course, a life of endless possibilities. Based on that, then we go on to take the training with you. You go on to work on projects, and of course, you get employed and also become a mentor. These are some of our current partners that we are working with, and they have a lot of projects that we are working on with them, and these are projects that you can also get your hands dirty on. So we know that not everybody online would need our services because, of course, we are training for business analysis. We are training business analysts, project managers, some business role. We are not training painters. We are not training caterers, and of course, all those roles are also very important roles. Remember, we said earlier, we are all about, fulfillment. We're all about what success means to you personally. So in as much as, okay, you feel that this, the path that we are training on might not support you, we can still talk and we can still provide direction or some information that will help you to get into whatever path that you've decided to follow. And also, you might know one or two people, that, you feel that, okay, this person would love to be trained as a project manager or a Scrum Master or, a business analyst or some IT roles. And okay, then it will be nice for you, to refer those people to them. So in as much as we might not be able to provide that service to you, then let us, be an enabler to help us and help them so that we can collaborate with them to help them to achieve a life of endless possibilities. This is our training sheet. We are presently having a promo. This was the cost of our training before today. So today we're having a sale of up to 45% decrease, and we have a new price list that we are working on for now. So for the business analysis training, it's 1,200 Canadian dollars. Database skills for professionals is 1,500 Canadian dollars. Project management training is 1,200 Canadian dollars. Scrum training is $500. Quality assurance testing training is $1,000. Business process improvement training is $1,000. Microsoft Dynamics training is $2,000, and our mentorship program is $1,000. So we have some of our, collaborators that have gone to school. They are taking project management training, maybe for 2 years or things like that, but they're, somehow still finding it difficult to get into the job market, because of theory, as I said when I started, is different from practical. In as much as it's not different from practical, but there is a bridge that joins theory to practical, to practice. And if you're not able to identify that bridge, you might have some constraints in getting yourself into the market. And that is one of the essence of our mentorship program. So in as much as, okay, you don't need to take the training again because you already have, that training, or you've worked on the jobs you worked as a business analyst for so long, you just don't understand the structure, the architecture of it and all that, then we can provide mentorship program for you. Now, while you're also searching for a job, of course, it's best not to work alone. We collaborate with you, provide interview, mock interviews for you, provide direction that will support you, information that will support you in order to, get into the job and begin to, achieve your dreams. So you need to register within 2 weeks to be eligible for the discount that we are offering. We also offer flexible payment plans. So if you feel that, okay, I can't pay all this amount at once, you can talk to us and we can always find a way to get something that works for you. We have a referral program wherein if you refer someone to us and we're able to train the person, then you get a bonus. For over a tuition of over 1,000, you get 100 Canadian dollars, and for tuition below $1,000, you get 50 Canadian dollars. But beyond your reward, the most reward you actually get is the fact that it was through you that somebody was privy to this information and knowledge and is able to get into a career path that is actually fulfilling for them. So briefly, I'm going to introduce our team to us. We have here our head of technology. His name is Tokwe Elemeje. On your board, I don't think I need to go through reading the wealth of experience and knowledge that he has. He's a senior solution architect and he has worked for over 17 years in different industries. And you can see he has quite a number of professional certifications. And of course, I said earlier when I started, I said you cannot give what you don't have. And I think these certifications point to the fact that, of course, if he says he's going to talk to you about business analysis, for instance, he should have something good to offer. So he's responsible for our innovation and development team. We have also our head of marketing and communications. His name is Olatubosun Amal. We call him Bossman. He's a senior business analyst and Scrum Master. He has over 15 years experience in various industries as well. He has knowledge in logistics and management, and is also, largely certified in PMP, CBAB, Lean Sigma, Prince 2, and Canadian Securities Course and IT Foundation. So it's also one of our collaborators and will be providing his wealth of experience to you. We have our head of operations, Adeola Adenekon. He's a senior business analyst and project manager. He also has over 16 years experience working in various industries, which include education, consulting, telecommunications, banking, and the public sector. He is also a CBAB certified professional, and he'll also be, providing that wealth of experience, to you. So I am the head of programs. My name is Olukemi Charles. I'm a hybrid senior business analyst and project manager. I also have multiple years of experience, over 17 years of experience actually, and I've worked in various industries. I'm also PMP certified, CBAP certified, have an MSc, and you can see my MBA as well. I'm responsible for training and the research and development for the team. So thank you so much. I will now take your questions. If you have any questions, you can drop them in the chat box and we'll be able to provide answers to you.
This conference will now be recorded.
So can you hear now? Hi, Bukola, can you hear me now? Hello? If you can hear, you can unmute yourself and talk, or it says you can't hear. That's should he log back, go out and come back in?
Yeah, that's a good idea. I can just quickly do that.
Yeah. So if there's any other question from anyone, I can take that. I can take your question. So we just wait for Bukola to come back in. I'm sure he's trying to log in again so that I can be sure that he actually got a response to his question. Okay, Bukola has arrived now. So Bukola, can you hear us now? If you can hear us, you can unmute yourself and speak.
Okay, I can hear you now.
Awesome. So you didn't get my response, right?
At all, not one word.
Okay, good. So let me take it again. So I said that your experience is your experience. So if, for maybe you have a BSc certificate now or your MBA or whatever, if somebody takes your certificate and shreds it, it doesn't take away what you know from you, right? So in whatever industry you've been working, probably you've been, coordinating some meetings, you've been doing some form of reports, you've been, working with you've been doing some things. You'll be surprised and shocked to see that all those things that you've been doing are super relevant here in Canada, right? The only thing is for you to be able to say, okay, let me now come to Canada. What's their culture? How do they do their own things? Let me now align what I'm doing, with how they do their own things. Maybe in their meetings, you have to wait for them to ask you a question before you talk. It's not going to change the content of what you are going to say, right? So your experience back home is super relevant here. What you just need to do is begin to understand how you can, export it to Canada and use it to work effectively here. I hope that answers your question.
Oh yes, it does.
Let me quickly add to it, if you don't mind. And what I wanted to say is that, for other people online, I don't know if there's any other person from Nigeria. It's just trying to understand what really is operational here. One of the biggest problem is bridging the gap between where one is coming from, and not about country alone, but what one is doing before and what one is going into. For example, we know that a lot of these things that we have talked about, they are not really titles or a lot of designation like that in places that we worked for, even though we might have had such experience. So when we want to go into job, going for interviews, doing all the conversations, sometimes one can have all the theory and all those things, but what the mentoring we do is to guide you step by step on how the conversations will be, right into interviews, right into when you get on the job, because quite a number of things will be totally different. People expect you to be able, to speak the language. If you call yourself a BA, you should be able to speak the language of a BA. So those are where the mentoring, we come in place. Part of it we also be that you have hands-on experience. It's one of the biggest problems I see that people are coming in, will have, because people might have done the job in one way or the other, but the problem is that they've not really work on a real life project. And this is what we are providing. All the projects we have are real life. They are projects of, people and companies enhancing their systems, enhancing their processes and all those things, So part of mentoring will get your hands dirty so that you can speak to projects live. Now, you ask about being able to use, the experience as a Canadian experience. Yes, because like we said, we are working with companies. A lot of these projects, you can add to your resume and say it's a project, and you actually did it because you start from the beginning, be part of the requirement, collaborate with the developers, which is what you do on any project that you are doing. I just thought I should have that.
Okay, thank you,
Okay.
Bosman. So do we have any other questions? If not, we'll be rounding up the session now. Okay. So thank you everyone for coming on board. We'll be sending out a mail for those that like to have the recording. We'll forward the recording to them. Thank you for your time, and do have a good evening.
Thank you.